9 minutes gone past 11 this lovely Monday morning. Thank you so much for your company. It's already the third day of August 2026. It's good to know you're right there listening to us, the rave of the moment, Echo FM 100.7. And of course, the program is Health Revolution, your daily tonic for healthy living. Welcome to today's edition of the program. If this is your first time of tuning in, you are welcome. You have not missed much, okay? It's going to be lots and lots of fun this week, beginning from today, Monday. But before I let the cat out of the bag, before I let everyone know of the topic for today, I'd like us to listen to one or two entertaining tunes just to charge up our spirit this morning. I know it's a wet day. It's wet in the city of Owerri this morning, and I know that some people are cold, some people are just in between. You know now. Let's go listen to one or two tunes, and when we bounce back, we'll continue with the rest of the program. Don't go anywhere. Keep listening to Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. Okay, this morning, DJ Muff King on the deck, and I hope you're having fun right there, wherever you are. It's not all the time we get to talk, teach. Even at a point you get bored. I know what I'm saying, but with a little music to charge you up this morning and put you in the mood for the lecture, trust me, it's going to enter into your right ear and stick to your brain and not go out the other way. Abi, not be so. Okay, you are welcome this morning and thank you so much once again for joining us on today's edition of Health Revolution. Thank you, Buruburu, for handing over to me. I remain your one and only Mary Omeni Wode. You can call me the Slim Diva. You're most adorable. We are live on Facebook at Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are also live on YouTube. And yes, you can also send us a WhatsApp message at some point. And before I go ahead to tell you about the topic for today, quickly let me drop one or two updates for you this morning and let you know that in spite of years of the federal and state government investment running into billions of naira to revitalize Nigeria's primary healthcare centers, at least we are getting the report that 6,516 primary healthcare centers across the country remain non-functional, exposing millions of Nigerians, particularly those in rural communities, to limited access to basic medical services. An analysis of data that was obtained from the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency by Newsman shows that Katsina and Osun states account for the highest number of inactive facilities, while findings also indicate that the crisis is even deeper in conflict-ravaged Borno State, where hundreds of primary healthcare centers have been destroyed by insurgency and are yet to be rebuilt as at the time of filing this report. So the experts are saying that despite significant investments in infrastructure and equipment, manpower shortages driven by brain drain continue to affect service delivery in this primary healthcare center. So you've seen the statistics for the whole of Nigeria. At least 6,516 primary healthcare centers are non-functional. It's not me that gave this report. It did not come out from just my mouth, okay? I am quoting what I can see according to statistics. That means we have a long way to go. Imagine communities without functional healthcare centers. I wonder what those communities will be up to. I wonder what's going on in those communities. That is to say, if someone is sick, someone has slumped and is about to die, there's an emergency, or a pregnant woman is about to give birth, or a child slumps, or something happens, they start to run helter-skelter, and the only way they can get healthcare delivery is when they travel to the urban areas. Do not forget as well that some of these rural areas do not have roads that are motorable. So I wonder, I just want you to wear the same shoes that these people are wearing right now and imagine the suffering. Imagine what they are passing through. So this is a clarion call to the federal government and its representatives in the Federal Ministry of Health, states' ministries of health to do something to make sure that we don't just build structures at the local level. We don't just build hospitals, healthcare centers at the rural areas. What we can do as much as we can is to equip these healthcare centers and try to also send enough manpower, to help make sure that those places are functional. And we move on from that to the next update this morning. Fresh momentum behind the implementation of Nigeria's hypertension resolution has reignited calls for urgent action to tackle the growing burden of high blood pressure among young Nigerians, amid warnings from health experts that the condition can no longer be regarded as a disease of old age. Well, according to a registered dietitian and one of the people who have been really vocal with regards to hypertension, she said that hypertension is increasingly being diagnosed amongst adolescents and young adults, many of whom are unaware that they have the condition. Now, she went on to warn that without early detection and intervention, these young adults and adolescents face a greater risk of developing heart disease, stroke, kidney failure, and other ailments later in life. And this calls for concern. You heard the report clearly. adolescents, people who are not even yet teenagers, and then young adults, maybe teenagers and then above, maybe 20, 21, 22, have started coming down with high blood pressure. Majority of them do not know. I talked about this sometime last week, and one of the factors, you would agree with me, has to do with lifestyle. Lifestyle factors, a lot of lifestyle that we've adopted, and if we do not do anything about it, the young generation will come down with lots and lots of ailments. Yes, so the earlier we start to incorporate more of fruits, vegetables, teach these young children what they should know, the earlier we start to, encourage them to seek healthy practices, the better for you and I. And also, it's no longer news that from the 1st of August to the 7th of August 2026, and annually, it's usually been observed as the World Breastfeeding Week. Yes, that time has come again for us to try as much as we can to create awareness on breastfeeding. And it's a global healthcare event celebrated annually in the first week of August. And during the entire week, various international and local organizations join hands in promoting the importance of breastfeeding benefits to newborns and their mothers. Now, the World Breastfeeding Week also promotes, defends, and supports women's rights to breastfeed their babies anytime, anywhere they find themselves, okay? So I would not be talking much on this today. You know why? I will be bringing in guests on Wednesday. It's going to be back-to-back enlightenment, back-to-back awareness, back-to-back sensitization on the importance of breastfeeding. Not just breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding. That day, I'll be having a pediatrician and also a nutritionist, a clinical nutritionist and dietitian in the studio. So try as much as you can not to miss Wednesday's edition. Okay, so let's go over to the topic for today, which I know will be of interest to everyone. And it's more like me using this platform to remind everybody to be cautious, to be careful, and take proper care of your health if you can. Even if you can't afford to go for health checks every 2 months, every 3 months, every 6 months, try to make it at least a habit to make sure that you are healthy and strong, okay? Yes, and in line with that, this year, on the 1st of August, 2 days ago, it was actually observed world over as the World Lung Cancer Day. Lung, L-U-N-G, Lung Cancer Day. It was observed on the 1st of August to create awareness and educate people worldwide about the concerning issues of lung cancer, and also raise the urge to focus more on lung cancer research and arrange financial and moral support for it. That's for people on the international level. But for us who are here, we'll try as much as we can to talk more on the risk factors. There are a lot of cancers that are out there. People, apart from kidney issues, liver issues, apart from maybe 1 or 2 issues with the stomach, people don't know that there are different kinds of cancer. You have the lung cancer. Are you aware? You have the colon cancer. You have the colorectal cancer. You have the breast cancer. You have the prostate cancer. Name it. Cancer is on the increase on daily basis and is beginning to affect different organs of the body. What I don't know is if they have cancer of the eye. But I'm going to find out very soon. I would not be surprised if I see something that says there is cancer of the eye. That goes to show you that if you do not take your health seriously and try to mitigate some of these risk factors, my brother, my sister, you might just be making your way down the trip to one form of cancer or the other. So what I'm about to talk about is very important. But before then, let me try to drop some statistics on lung cancer in Nigeria. So I will start by telling everyone that data on lung cancer in Nigeria relies heavily on estimates and hospital records rather than complete national registries. What does this mean? It's so unfortunate that we don't have a complete national registry that can pinpoint and tell us, from April to July 2026, this is the number of lung cancer patients we have recorded. There's nothing like that. And I wonder whose job it is to collect some of these statistics. So if we do not have an up-to-date statistics, how are we going to know if we are making progress? And that's the problem we have in this country. Well, according to the World Health Organization's estimates, lung and airway cancer ranks 14th among cancers in Nigeria, with roughly 1,789 new cases and 1,643 deaths recorded annually, representing about 2.1% of all the cancer deaths in Nigeria as a whole. Now, like I said, estimated new cases, roughly 1,789 per year. That means every year we get to record about 1,000 cases of lung cancer. And then the deaths have been estimated to be about 1,643 to 1,295 deaths annually, depending on the specific reporting cycle. Okay, and then for the global ranking, Nigeria maintains some of the lowest age standardized incidence and mortality rates for lung cancer globally. Now, on the world map, globally, we are 178. That's our position. It's good to know that in this part of the world, we do not really record much cases of lung cancer. Well, that's a good thing. So what do we do to make sure that we do not increase from 178 to maybe come downwards to around 50th position? We have a lot of work to do, okay? Now, as part of the issues we are having in the country and why we do not have a lot of statistics has to do with data limitations and some challenges. Underdiagnosis, limited diagnostic infrastructure, and lack of specialized lung cancer registries mean that the actual numbers may be underreported. So what this means is that in as much as we are 178 globally, it's also possible that there are cases that have not been reported due to underdiagnosis. And that's why I keep talking about doing the right thing at the primary healthcare centers, because that's where bulk of this report should be coming from. And then you have another challenge which has to do with late presentation. Majority of the patients in Nigeria arrive at the hospitals and at the clinics in the advanced stages of the disease, when options for effective treatment might be very, very limited. That's one problem we always have in this part of the world. Okay, so quickly, lung cancer. What is lung cancer? Lung cancer is a type of cancer that begins in the lungs and most often occurs in people who smoke, both in smokers and in people exposed to secondhand smoke. Through, that's what we always tell people. You see people who sell cigarettes, people who sell things close to where they smoke, and you tell yourself, oh, I'm not a smoker, I do not smoke. But you sit there every day, every minute, every hour, you go ahead to inhale this smoke from smokers around you. My brother, my sister, you are a secondhand smoker and you're exposing yourself to lung cancer. Although lung cancer can also occur in people who have never smoked. Did you hear that? According to research, it often doesn't cause signs, it doesn't cause some symptoms in its earlier stages. So it's very difficult to diagnose most of the time, okay? Now, the risk factors, which has prompted me to do this topic today and also bring to the fore the research done on lung cancer. I just want to focus a little bit more on the risk factors as a way of reminding everyone to be very careful. Number one, I said it, smoking, including passive smoking. It is very dangerous, I beg you. Exposure to radiation therapy. There is also exposure to certain things like asbestos and other carcinogens. So this one should be mostly for people who work in industries. You have to be extremely careful. Make sure you put on your safety kits at all times, your nose mask, hand gloves, whatever will make you inhale some of these carcinogens. Please try to avoid it. People who go about fumigating, they fumigate houses, fumigate companies. Those things are harsh chemicals and you keep inhaling them. So please protect yourselves in the course of your job. so that you do not inhale these things and it goes on to cause one form of problem or the other for you. As part of the risk factor, we also have family history. What this means is that if there's a history of lung cancer in a person's lineage, there's every likelihood that someone might come down with it. That's what it means. Old age population, obesity is another risk factor, alcohol abuse. So for me, smoking and alcohol go together. They go hand in glove. You can't even separate the two. For me, I don't know of other people. So I usually like to talk about alcohol and smoking at the same time because it's a habit that a lot of people are living with, and it will take a while for them to do away with such habits. There is also viral infections. Different types of viral infections can predispose people to coming down with lung cancer. However, the major risk factor has to do with air pollution. Environmental and household air pollution also contributes significantly, with data suggesting a large share of local lung cancer deaths linked to toxic air exposure. Did you hear that? And that's why we tell people who own companies, especially the ones that work with chemicals, do not, pollute the air with some of those chemicals, those toxins. There should be a proper way of disposing pollutants. There should be a proper way of doing this so that people do not inhale these things and get toxins into their bodies and it starts to affect their lungs. Yes, I've mentioned tobacco use. It remains the primary historical driver. Though a substantial portion of diagnosed individuals present without any heavy smoking history, however, tobacco use is also a problem. So you also have people who take in snuff. That's tobacco now, otaba, right? They take it raw, undiluted. My goodness. I wonder, I don't know. I know that in those days, the grandfathers and grandmothers will also do this. And I understand that some people are still doing it in this time and age. You sniffing in raw tobacco is you calling for problem. I want you to know that. So desist. I've talked about occupational hazards, okay? So these are all the risk factors that could predispose people to coming down with one form of lung cancer or the other. And here in our dear country, Nigeria, smoking is more like a normal thing for most people. However, please, it's also on the advertorial. Smokers are liable to die young. So you will not say that nobody told you. That's one problem that people have. You go ahead to purchase these things. You are inhaling it. Let me use the normal pidgin parlance. It's sweeting you. You are inhaling, it's sweeting you. The day it's going to come knocking at your door, don't blame your village people. Don't blame anybody. Blame yourself. Some people will say, I cannot, the kind of job that I do requires me to take in a lot of smoke. The kind of job that I do requires me that if I don't inhale, that thing, if I don't smoke, I would not be able to lift heavy objects. I will not be able to do this. I will not be able to do that. Well, to each his own. However, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, but I'm here to remind you again that smokers are liable to die young. So please, make your decisions wisely, okay? And the theme for this year's World Lung Cancer Day is Breaking Barriers, Championing Early Detection and Equal Care. Breaking barriers, championing early detection and equal care. And it emphasizes the urgent need to support prompt diagnosis, eliminate obstacles to early screening and treatment, and ensure equal opportunities to care for everyone, irrespective of their socio-economic background, irrespective of their gender or their location. So that's the essence of this year's theme for 2026. Okay, you want to be a part of our conversation. You want to contribute to what we're talking about this morning. Lung cancer. Ever heard of that? And do you know of people who smoke around you? Have you tried your best to speak to them? Now, the target for me is not even the elderly ones anymore. I'm mostly concerned about the young population that we have. The teenagers, the young adults who have started engaging in smoking. Okay? Some will tell you it's for fun. They just want to do it for fun. Have you tried talking to these people? I mean, for you in that your environment that you know of one or two young adults who are smoking at this time and age, have you tried to talk them out of it? And what was their reaction? And what do you think? Do you think that very soon it's going to be a global, not just a global crisis, a national crisis in terms of smoking in this part of the world? 0911 20,022 or you call 0707 454 1014. Those are the numbers to call. Good morning to you.
Hello.
Yes, you're welcome. What's your name, please?
Yes, Live Diva. How are you doing?
I'm very well. What's your name?
You are doing a great work.
Thank you so much. You are welcome.
Thank you. MC Shawarma.
Oh, MC, should I change your name to Donut? MC Donut.
No.
Okay. Is it the chicken shawarma, the beef shawarma, or the vegetable shawarma, Biko?
No, the chicken.
Chicken shawarma. Okay, MC Chicken Shawarma. You are welcome. Go ahead, please.
You are blessed. It's like you like shawarma so much.
Hello. Go ahead, MC. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Please, this thing we are talking about this morning is very, very crucial. Very important. Can you imagine that somebody will come on public like the best way start smoking? Causing nuisance to others. You know, some people do smoke in a public transport. While the other person by deciding that does not smoke. If you tell him to stop that, he will like to fight you. Can you imagine? I've come across this something. Somebody was smoking beside me. I told the person that this thing is so harmful to my body. The person wants to fight me. Can you imagine? The person just bring us a bottle where he wants to break my head.
Can you imagine?
Because when I told him that this thing is not good for my own body. While the people that produce all those things say that it's likely that person will die young. And you get it. Are you following me? Are you hearing me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. Those people that produce all this say smokers is left to die young. People do smoke. If you tell them, they say, na hardship.
Okay.
And then I make them start smoking in frustration. It can because of the hardship of this country. You kill yourself because this is damaging your inner, your kidney,
the lungs.
No. It's very wrong. Please continue what you are doing. You are doing a great work.
Thank you. Thank you so much, MC Shawarma. I appreciate you as always for calling and tuning in. Hello?
Yeah.
Kachi.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome. How have you been?
Yeah, fine.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah. My name is Kachisi Epuha. I am calling from my community, Avo, where the West Local Government.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for always bringing topical issues to the front burner. Yes, just like the Bible said, war, that is stop. If they will hear, if they like, let them hear. If they like, let them not hear. But at least the Bible will bear witness that you have at least told these people. So one thing about smokers is, in fact, everything you do in life, because there is an addiction, it's really hard for you to, it only takes the grace of God for you to come out of that. In fact, let me say that just like you, there's something I just learned now. You said, even those who inhale the smoke are equally, it says second-hand smokers or what?
Yes, second-hand smokers. That's called passive smoking.
Okay, passive smoking. I'm just hearing about this now.
Oh.
Because let me even confess. Cigarette, I detest the
smell.
The smell. Anytime, anywhere I am and somebody is smoking cigarette, I will always excuse myself. That is if I can't talk to that person to shift. But the one they call Indian hemp, I want to confess, I enjoy that smell, the smell a lot. Yes, I've said it on radio. I enjoy it a lot. If I'm sitting close to them, I will be comfortable.
Just know that you've also been somehow passively taking it into your system.
Honestly, that's why I said I learned a lot from this your program.
Okay.
Honestly speaking. So maybe I will start avoiding it from today now.
Mm-hmm. You have
It's
to.
all right. Thank you for informing me.
Kachisin, do you have catarrh? Do you have cold?
No, I lost my voice.
Oh, Chim, sorry. Hey, ho, Kachi, where did you go that you lost your voice?
I went for a program which I was the host. I was rested.
Oh,
So,
sorry.
yes.
Sorry about
I
that.
sent a clip for you. Check your WhatsApp. I sent
Thank
everything
you.
yesterday.
It's okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate
you.
you. All right. Kachisin, please, I wish you quick recovery. It's surprising to know that you can lose your voice. A whole Kachisin. Try to recover, okay? Thank you so much. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you. Is that Mike?
Yes, I'm Mike Oyechefula Odunze.
Oh, what a delight to have you. Go ahead, please.
You are doing a wonderful job.
Thank you so
I don't
much.
like to say this your program because it's educative.
Thank
Most
you.
of the things we don't know, we know it from here.
Thank you.
Somebody who is not a smoker, if he sits beside a person who smokes, he's also a smoker indirectly.
Very true.
So please keep your program up. You are trying too much. God bless you.
God bless you too. I appreciate you, and I'm here because you're always there to listen. So a lot of points raised by our last three callers. MC Shawama talked about people who smoke in public transport, people who smoke in the bars. You see those women that sell shepe, those women that sell pepper soup, I pity them. That's the fact. I pity them because majority of the people, the customers they have, come in with their cigarettes. Yes. In as much as some of them are civil enough to have the no smoking area, right? But you see the smoking zone where they are allowed to smoke. Of course, you will go in there and serve them. Imagine the quantity of smoke that you inhale every day. I just want you to picture it in your head. And you think you're safe. You are not safe. So I don't know how best you're going to mitigate this, but I'm telling you that you are at risk of coming down with lung cancer if you do not take precaution. Okay, we lost that one. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning. Good morning to you. What's your name, please? Oh no, your line is really bad. If you can, call the other number, okay? I think something is wrong with this particular line that you called. Try to call the other number or you change your position. Okay, so I've also come across some people who take as much as 1 packet of cigarettes daily. How many is in 1 packet? It's about 10, if not more than. I feel it's even more than 10. I'm asking. I'm asking you just like you spoke. I know it should be about maybe 10 or 11 or 12. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I know that some people finish 1 packet in a day. Calculate it for 365 days. Is that not death? You are inviting upon yourself. And I wonder, what's the pleasure? What's I don't understand. Hello?
Hello, my sister, Cindiva.
Yes, good morning to you.
Yeah, please. It's MC Summer. Please, I call back. Please,
Okay.
I want my good friend, Cassison, to get married this year.
Not before my head when I go settle this matter, no.
No. Please, tell him that the MC Shawama said, let him get married this year.
He can hear you, eh? Don't worry.
Yes,
I know.
yes. I
Okay.
will support you with a bag of fries.
Hey, I'd have to do this for you. Wonderful.
Let me get. It's my good friend.
Okay. Thank you, MC Shawama. Thank you so much. I was expecting you to say you would support him with 2 boxes or 3 boxes of, shawarma, just like your name. But Kachisin, you have heard from your friend. I wouldn't want to come in between the stock, okay? However, if people want to settle that, go ahead and settle. Hello?
I've called again. I'm Mike.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm doing the farmer for email.
Yes,
It's
please.
26 in the pack.
What? 20?
Yes, and some people smoke more than 2 or 3 a day.
Wonderful. So we are looking at 40 sticks of cigarettes or maybe 50 sticks of cigarettes in a day.
So that is, I just want to let you know. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for that clarification. 20 sticks of cigarette. Now, I want you to do something, okay? If you're a smoker and you're listening to me, like I said, we are not here to judge you, no. We are not here to tell you how to live your life. No, that's not our job. We are only here to open up your eyes so that you will know what you're doing to yourself, right? Imagine you taking in 50 cigarettes daily. I want you to even calculate the amount you spend alone on buying cigarettes. Do that mathematics. I wish I had all the time. I would have taken my time to calculate 50 pieces of cigarettes every day. I don't even know how much one costs. But if you do that calculation for a year, my brother, you go down buy land. No jokes. Yes. That's how bad it is. So you've heard from Mike this morning that it is 20 in a packet, and that's much. Hello?
Clean Beaver.
Hello. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Yes, Mrs. Anna Rolinda Oscar is from Awambia.
Oh, our beloved Mrs. Anworo, you're welcome. How have you been, madam?
I'm good, and you?
I'm very well. It's good to have you join us. Go ahead, please.
Yes. Clean Beaver, they used to write smokers are liable to die young. And yet, they're bringing out these secrets. And you see people smoking every minute of their life. And you hear people dying of cancer as a result of smoking.
Yeah.
King Diva, do you know the one that used to baffle me? You go for any occasion ceremony, you see people one side smoking. You see people buying it, smoking as if it is food. At times you enter public bus, and that bus will be smelling. You can see that already somebody has smoked something there. That one irritates me and makes me uncomfortable.
Okay.
And when you sit closer to the person that has already smoked this cigarette, before you get that, you notice that maybe your clothes may be smelling. You perceive that cigarette odor there.
Yeah.
Honestly, smoking is not good. Just, people, just like you said, we are not dictating the way they should live their life. So we are talking about the dangers in this smoking. And some people have found it as their hobby, that they can't stay without smoking.
Very true.
I still believe that if they can stop it through just gradually reducing the intake, that will help them. I find when you look at the eye or look at the lips of the person that is a smoker, you always notice it. It just starts like, I'm trying it. Let me just know how it used to be.
Yeah.
But before you know it, that person is there. I don't know, when you enter some family that the man smokes a lot, you see, wherever you are in the part of that building, as long as it's inside that house, you perceive it. At times, when I go on visit, you begin to receive it. Here they are telling you that this person is not around. Is either the man, is either a boy or a girl or a man or a woman is smoking somewhere inside the house. And when you find out that we all do, at times you don't know that your children are watching you. Both the girls and the boys are watching you. And gradually they may not be living every day with you. When they go out, they join a group that is also, they are dangerous smokers. Please, I don't know whether they are aware of their kidney, that these things are being destroyed through that as a result of smoking. They're always smoking. That smoke that entered inside damages their hearts. They don't know.
Okay.
So if they can go for checkup or for different tests, somebody who wants to totally go out from smoking can go for tests and notice whether there is any damages in his heart or her heart. and stop it correctly.
Okay.
Finally, please, it's not that it's a hobby, but look at that your hobby, whether it's a good one. It's a hobby that you can read, it's a hobby that you can sing, clean the house, and other things, that can be okay. But this one, it needs to put to an end and correction. Thank you for bringing it out.
Thank you.
And with other invitations to take it far and wide because it's not good. Thank you.
Anoro, thank you. Echo, thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Yes, so thank you so much, Mrs. Anoro Linda Oscar, for always tuning in and making your contribution. She also raised a lot of concerns. And from what she said, I picked out something I didn't mention from the beginning of this program. For the men, for the women who send their young children to go purchase these cigarettes on their behalf. Go to Aboki's place, go to Mama Ekene's place, tell her to give you cigarettes, and the child goes as young as 4 years old, 5 years, sending them to go get you cigarettes. What do you think will happen when that child gets to 10, 11? And then one day he tells himself, now wow, this thing my dad is always sending me to buy, I need to try it out. Behind your back, the child now starts to try out the smoking. And before you know it, it becomes a pro, even more than you. Imagine a child as young as 13, 14, 15 already smoking. What will happen to the lungs and the system of that child when they get to at least 25, 30? Have you asked yourself that question? You are not even concerned. All you need is the highness you will get from it at that point in time. And so we say, even if I've not eaten and I take in this thing, it makes me feel full. How? Have you gone to the village before? These local kitchens we used to have, the mud kitchens. And then you see a woman cooking with firewood, right? At that point in time, remember that those old in days local kitchens did not really have windows. They only had one door. The intro and the outro, that's the exit door and the door for, coming in. Majority, even if they had window, just one small window up. Now, imagine the woman cooking. I'm just painting a scenario. Imagine that kitchen is your stomach. And then the woman is cooking with firewood. From outside, you will see the smoke trying to come out from that door. Even she cooking the food. Tears everywhere, she'll be feeling the heat, the effect. That is how you've been taking in smoke into your system, and the smoke has nowhere to go out from. You are killing yourself slowly. Please, if there's anything you will not take from this program, take what I've just said. You are killing yourself slowly. I know of someone, this young man smoked, not even Indian hemp, normal cigarettes, because they will tell you it's mild. It's not like Indian hemp. It's not like other hard drugs. But my dear, smoke is smoke. And this young man took a lot. In fact, I met him when he was about 35. Way then, he was a little bit elderly. I was still a teenager then when I knew him. All of a sudden, one day, he started coughing up blood. He was sick, terribly sick. They rushed him to the hospital, and then, yes, they confirmed that, this one a diehard smoker, and he had come down with tuberculosis. Remember that TB and lung infection, they don't go... in fact, that's the fastest thing that can kill a man. And that was how he almost lost his life. As I speak to you, from that day till now, not even one cigarette has entered his mouth. He's not even the one going around preaching to people, talking to people to quit smoking. Somebody that smoked for almost 15 years of his life, non-stop, every day. But the moment he had that infection and the tuberculosis and everything, he started spreading the word. That's how bad it is. And the last call for this morning before we go. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please. What's your name?
The Slim Giver. Good morning.
Good morning to you. You're welcome.
It's Mr. Ferdinand.
Oh, Mr. Ferdinand.
Finally,
Finally, you got me.
Finally. I'm enjoying your program this morning, honestly.
Thank you. Oh, no, you're welcome. Yes.
Yes, in as much as I believe the whatever advert or caution that the smokers die young, I seem to create a different opinion. I'm creating a different reality
Okay.
based on my experience. You understand?
Go ahead.
I could remember those days when we were young, in the early 80s. My father was a chain smoker. He smoked, that is, and he used to send me to buy. You understand? He also was able to take snuff. But do you know that he got to the right age of 96 before he died?
Wonderful.
And within those years, I'm not joking, this is reality. During those years, he did not go to hospital even for one day, except the time he went for surgery.
What year? What year did you mention? What year did you mention? You said 19 what?
When he died?
No. You said 1980s, right?
He got up to 96 years before he died.
In the 1980s now.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So I don't know. So what I'm making as a suggestion, maybe it depends on the body. I don't know how you say. Some people that have to take whatever. You understand? But in all those years, you know that I've never tasted cigar for once. Despite the fact that I used to go and buy it. Almost all my age mates were taking snuff. But as I'm talking to you, I don't know the taste of cigar, and I don't stay where people are smoking cigarettes.
Okay.
Just like Kathy said, it gives me a lot of discomfort.
Okay.
Instead of that of goof is better for me. You understand?
No one is better, Oga.
It's a different reality that I'm creating, but I don't know. But I'm not advising anybody to, continue to smoke or do that. But based on the experience which I've just narrated. So I'm happy to hear you get
Thank
to honestly.
you.
I'm so excited.
Yes,
you're
I'm
doing
excited.
a good job.
Thank you.
I even had a discussion with the children on Saturday.
Thank you, Mr.
The one that
Ferdinand.
wanted to see you because. Okay, let me go.
Okay, Mr. Ferdinand is an ardent listener of Echo FM and has always tried to call in, and finally he made it today. I appreciate you so much, Mr. Ferdinand. I do not take this for granted, okay? Now, he made a very important point, and he said his father died at the age of 90-something years. He was a chain smoker in the 1980s. I'm not arguing, but what year are we? 2026. I want you to go to the hospital, Mr. Ferdinand, and then you'll know why I decided to take it upon myself to talk about this today. Things that we will do today ordinarily wasn't a threat in those days. We had parents and grandparents who grew up years ago. They did not see the four walls of the hospital. You know why? They were very good at eating fresh foods, always very active, engaged in farming. Yes, that's the kind of lifestyle that they lived in those days. And that made their immune system to be very, very strong. You hardly see them fall sick because they always had a lot of herbs, right? Village, herbs around that they would just boil and take. But it's not like that now. A lot of things has changed. Let me even tell you that even the cigarette your dad used to take in those days, I'm not sure it's the same cigarette as now. Yes, I'm very certain. If you do your research, you even find out that maybe the cigarette of these days is more of chemical-based than the one your dad took in those days. Yes, for quick money. Because now the demand is more. The demand for cigarette now is more than it used to be in the time of your father. So, yes, it's possible that he had a strong immune system. It's possible that his system was able to ward off some of those things. However, things have changed. It's not the same. I'm particularly worried about the young set of individuals, secondary school students, now smoking cigarettes. We can't turn a blind eye to this because in the next how many years to come, majority will regret. If I had known, I wouldn't have engaged in this. And by then, you see that our population will start to dwindle. Please, don't say because your father smoked and nothing happened to him, the young people can continue to smoke. No, Please, I beg you. The rate at which we are having cancer now is not how it was in the time of our grandparents. Yes, it's not. Even if maybe they were sick from cancer then, they didn't know. But I don't think the number is as bad as it is now. So please, the message today, not just cigarettes, for people who take vaping. Is air, is ordinary water, is water vapor, is not harmful. My dear, you're doing your lung more harm than good. I beg you, okay? So there are a lot of symptoms to look out for you to know if someone has got lung cancer, cough that doesn't go away, that gets worse over time, trouble breathing, shortness of breath, chest pain, discomfort, coughing up blood, like I mentioned, loss of appetite, and so on and so forth. Unexplained weight loss, unexplained tiredness, shoulder pain, persistent back pain, swelling in the face, neck, arms, upper chest, and so on and so forth. But this doesn't mean that if you have some of these symptoms, that's what you're having is lung cancer. No. How do you know? You only find out when you go see a doctor and a proper diagnosis is done on you. Thank you very much. Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara on WhatsApp says smoking is not a must like food and water, but many people have become so addicted to it that they can live without food and drink for days, but not without a smoke. There is a limit to the quantity of food and drink that every human being can consume because after a while, he loses appetite. But in the case of smoking, there is no limit. Some lit it without a stop. It is easy to start, but very difficult to stop. Remember that smokers are liable to die young. Beware. This is coming from Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara. Thank you so much. And this one says, okay, good morning, Auntie Mary. You said you're going to tell me if you're an Igbo woman. What has that got to do with the topic for today? All right, don't worry. I'll send you a message after the program. And that's the much we'll be taking on today's edition of the program. To everyone who called in and sent in their messages, I appreciate you. Please, let us quit smoking so that we don't keep recording cases of lung cancer. My name is Mary Omeniwo. They call me the Slim Diva, your most adorable. Tomorrow, I'll have some guests in the studio live to talk about something that I know will be of great interest to everyone. Stay tuned. Up next is the news at noon. Thank you, Marv King. Bye-bye from here.
Echo FM.
Echo FM, 100.7, the fresh news people.
Good afternoon to you. This is the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. Today, the 3rd day of August 2026. We are the station with fair and balanced reporting. My name is Mary Omeniwo, bringing you the latest news and breaking stories around the world. Here are the headlines. Abandoned projects. Federal government bars ministries from awarding unfunded contracts. NYSC issues guidelines for corps members ahead of orientation camp. NICOM clears 43 insurers, reviews 8. And on the foreign scene, Iran executes 2 men convicted of spying for Israel. Wildfires raze neighborhoods in the U.S. And on sports news, Tottenham ready to launch Osimhen's bid. Details shortly. And as usual, we start off with national stories that says the federal government has barred ministries, departments, and agencies from awarding contracts or entering into any financial commitment without first securing the required budgetary approval and cash backing, in a move aimed at tightening fiscal discipline and enforcing compliance with procurement laws. The directive was contained in a Federal Treasury circular and signed by the Accountant General of the Federation, Dr. Shamsildeen Ogunjimi. The circular was addressed to key government officials, including ministers, permanent secretaries, heads of extra ministerial departments and agencies, accounting officers, and federal pay officers. According to the Accountant General, the fresh operational guidelines became necessary following widespread violations of the Public Procurement Act of 2007 and other financial regulations governing public expenditure. Tinubu's administration has repeatedly emphasized fiscal discipline, transparency, and value for money in public expenditure as part of its economic reform agenda. Meanwhile, the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, has released fresh guidelines for prospective corps members ahead of the upcoming orientation camp, warning them against night travel and highlighting key requirements for registration. In a notice posted on its X handle, the scheme advised prospective corps members to prioritize safety while traveling to their assigned operation camps. The scheme also warned that candidates with discrepancies in their graduation dates would not be registered at the orientation camps. It directed affected candidates to resolve such issues with relevant authorities before reporting to camp. All prospective corps members have been urged to comply with the guidelines to ensure a smooth registration process and avoid challenges during the orientation exercise. In another development, the federal government has approved 50,000 naira annual ward coat allowance for pharmacists, medical laboratory scientists, and 17 other categories of allied health professionals in 71 federal tertiary health institutions. The approval granted by the National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission was conveyed in a circular signed by the Director of Teaching Hospitals, Dr. Obibi Opako, on behalf of the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pate. The ministry stated that the approval followed a request by the Nigerian Union of Allied Health Professionals for the introduction of ward coat allowance for its members. The ministry explained that the approval was based on a request made by the union in July 2024. And over to Rivers, where despite being completed several months ago, the new Rivers State House of Assembly complex remains unoccupied, with lawmakers continuing to hold plenary and other legislative businesses at their residential quarters along Aba Road in Port Harcourt. The reconstructed complex on Moscow Road, equipped with modern facilities, enhanced security systems, and upgraded interior fittings, has become a prominent landmark in the state capital. Governor Siminalayi Fubara had, during an inspection of the project after the lifting of the state of emergency in Rivers State, announced that the complex will be ready for use in December 2025. Commending the contractors, Fubara expressed optimism that with the political crisis resolved, lawmakers will return to the new chambers, where he hoped to present the 2026 appropriation bill to the Martin Amewule-led House of Assembly. However, about a week after the governor's declaration, the assembly resolved to continue sitting at its residential quarters using the auditorium for plenary. 9 months later, the lawmakers are still conducting legislative activities from their residential quarters. They also received FUBARA's 2026 budget proposal of 1,852 trillion naira at the residential quarters on July 10, 2026. It's exactly 8 minutes past noon. If you just tune in, you are listening to the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. Here's a recap of the headlines. Embedded projects. Federal government bars ministries from awarding unfunded contracts. NYSC issues guidelines for corps members ahead of orientation camp. NICOM clears 43 insurers, reviews 8. Iran executes 2 men convicted of spying for Israel. And wildfires raze neighborhoods in the U.S. And on sports news, Tottenham ready to launch Osimhen's bid. We'll bring you details of these and more after this break. Stay tuned.
This is a public service announcement. In an effort to enhance road safety and minimize the risks of crash-related fatalities, Federal Road Safety Corps Imo Sector Command is urging citizens to promptly report any road crashes to the Corps Emergency Hotline. In the event of a road crash, citizens are advised to call the Corps Emergency Toll-Free Hotline at 122 to report the incident or any of the Imo Sector Hotline 0913 960 0904. Provide as much information as possible, including the location of the crash and the number of people involved. Stay on the line to receive guidance from the Corps Response Team. The Sector Commander urges all citizens to take an active role in promoting road safety by promptly reporting any road crashes. Together, we can work towards reducing the rate of road crash fatalities and creating safer roads for everyone. This message is brought to you by Echo FM 100.7 in partnership with the Federal Road Safety Corps Imo Sector Command as part of our corporate social responsibility. Thank you for listening.
It's good to know you're still there. If you just tune in, you are listening to the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We'll now move over to the rest of the news. In business news, the National Insurance Commission has officially announced the successful completion of the country's 12-month insurance sector recapitalization exercise, describing the accomplishment as a pivotal step that signals the beginning of a new era for insurance in the country. Undertaken pursuant to Section 15 and other relevant provisions of the Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Act of 2025, signed into law by President Bola Tinubu on July 31, 2025, the exercise aligns directly with the administration's economic agenda aimed at building a $1 trillion economy by 2030. Following a rigorous process of review, verification, and validation, NICOM stated in a statement that 43 insurance and reinsurance companies have successfully satisfied the new prescribed minimum capital requirements. The recapitalization exercise was guided by explicit regulatory directives issued by NICOM to guarantee an orderly, transparent, and verifiable transition. And over to the foreign scene, where Iran has executed 2 men convicted of spying for Israel, the latest in a wave of hangings over alleged espionage. Since the start of the war with Israel and the United States in February, Tehran has ramped up executions with many of the convicts accused of spying for Israeli intelligence. It did not specify when the pair were arrested or when they went on trial, but said they were convicted of espionage and collaboration with the Zionist regime. The number of executions in Iran has risen since the start of the war, which broke out on February 28, with massive U.S.-Israeli strikes that killed Iran's supreme leader. And still on the foreign scene, reports say firefighters have worked to contain huge blazes in the northwestern U.S. city of Spokane, early after officials reported hundreds of structures had been reduced to cinders. Thousands of people were ordered to evacuate their homes over the weekend as 3 separate fires broke out in and around the city in the east of Washington state. The National Weather Service, the NWS, had warned of extremely critical fire in the area due to strong winds and exceptional dryness. Video of the aftermath showed scores of homes burned to the ground with only their brick fireplaces and foundations remaining, while other houses nearby escaped practically unscathed. Washington's Governor Bob Ferguson, who declared a state of emergency, stated that the state is enduring a 4th consecutive year of drought as climate change creates conditions conducive to destructive wildfires. And lastly, on sports news, Premier League side Tottenham Hotspur are reportedly ready to enter the race for Galatasaray striker Victor Osimhen, despite recent unsuccessful attempts by other top European clubs to lure the Nigerian away from Turkey. After already establishing themselves as one of the biggest spenders in Europe this summer, the North London side have now identified the Nigerian international as the missing piece in their attacking puzzle. The North London club have already spent heavily in this window, investing over 230 million euros in new talents. Additions such as Sandro Tonali, Matheus Fernandes, and Jan-Paul van Heck have arrived, but the hierarchy are eager to add further firepower before the deadline. The Turkish club have valued Osimhen at 150 million euros, while the player has also said he will only leave the club if they want him to move. It was also claimed that there is a belief that reaching an agreement on personal terms will not create a major obstacle. And that's all for the global news this afternoon. This was brought to you directly from our news desk. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms on Facebook at Echo FM and Echo FM 100.7, on X at Echo FM_Owerri, Instagram at Echo FM 100.7, and YouTube at Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting www.echofm.net, that is www.echofm.net, or search for us on Radio Garden by typing Echo FM 100.7 Owerri, Nigeria. My name is Mary Omeni Wode. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon to you.